I get asked a lot is, how do you truly empower someone? How do you truly delegate? Well, the first thing you need to understand is you cannot delegate responsibility. You can only ever delegate authority in a way that others feel empowered to take responsibility. So delegation is given, empowerment is received. So today I'm going to talk to you about the empowerment continuum. At this end of the continuum you have +5. At this end you have -5. So of course in the middle you have 0. And this is where delegation happens. Delegation happens right here in the middle of this continuum. That means it's a fluid continuum. Leadership is situational and so is delegation. They go hand in hand. So at any point you can be up and down this continuum. And the key is to be self-aware of where you are in the continuum. What I want you to think out of this video is, where am I on average? Where am I usually on this delegation continuum? Am I at this end, or am I bouncing between the two, depending on the situation? Empowerment happens when you delegate. When you delegate properly. This means there is something at this end of the continuum and it's disempowerment. At this end of the continuum, you're disempowering people. And of course, at this end of the continuum, you are also disempowering people. So the fact is, what is the leadership behaviour at either side? At this behaviour, at this side of the delegation continuum, you're abdicating responsibility. You're abdicating authority for someone to be empowered. So here's where the abdicators live. And of course, the other side of the continuum is the controllers. This is where the controllers live. In general, there's 2 types of controllers, and there's 2 types of abdicators. Type 1 is a conscious controller. Type 2 is an unconscious controller, the same at this end. In general, you have type 1 and type 2. Unconscious abdicators and conscious abdicators. So I'm going to, for the purpose of this video, I'm going to give you 2 examples. I'm going to give you one example actually that fits both sides. And this is the conscious controller. And the dialogue, the self-talk of a conscious controller is, I might as well do it myself anyway, because I can do it better than anyone else. That's the dialogue of a conscious controller. How's that going to work out for you long term? How's that empowering anyone? All the conscious controller does, again there's many examples, but in this example, all they do is become time bound. They take on far too much themselves, and when someone comes and asks for support, they all of a sudden become the unconscious abdicator. The unconscious abdicator is someone who's so busy, so time bound, they cannot give support to the person who is asking for help. So the conscious controller bounces to being an unconscious abdicator and back again. They're bouncing from one side to the other side. So where is your behaviour in general in this continuum? That's the key. And then we can work on how can you become a better delegator. And you can easily maintain control using 2 methods and still delegate authority in a way that someone feels empowered to take responsibility.